I don't see how viewers can assume that I'm a Sony pony or even suspect that I'm a Sony pony. It boggles my mind as to how they could come to that conclusion. It really does. And well, in fact, I'm actually an enemy of PlayStation fanboys. I've proven that with videos on my channel in the past, these past 2 years, in fact, how I kept uploading video after video, bashing Sony, ranting about Sony. Fanboys don't do that. They excuse Sony. While they excuse Sony, I accuse them. There's a big difference in that. In fact, one of my viewers now found me as a result of one of my rant videos. He enjoyed it so much, he ended up following me and supports me to this day. I was shocked when he told me that. He said, because this is on the gaming stream, and he was like, I found you from one of your rant videos when you was ranting against Sony. And that's not the only person who said that to me. So I got multiple people telling me they found me as a result of my rant videos. and yeah, so like I said, I accuse Sony more than defend them. And as of today, I'm not going to be defending them at all. So here we go, once again in familiar territory. Gaming news. This fucking caught my eye when I got this in my feed. PlayStation takes a sudden anti-consumer stance, seemingly updates usage terms to prohibit resale of physical games. There you go, physical gamers. There you go. This is today, December the 18th. Power to the players, huh? Play has no limits. Huh? What? Who's writing this article here? Oh, Ripon Majumder. Okay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyway, this is the article about him. So anyways, let's see what it says. Sony has once again quietly updated their policies, leaving many consumers in the dark. However, some Twitter users discovered the new updated policies prohibit the reselling of video games. And it is causing quite an outrage among PlayStation fans. I can imagine it is. They've been wanting to stop the reselling of video games for quite some time now. It's been years. They've been wanting to stop it because, number one, I believe the main reason is because if a game is resold at GameStop, for example, the publishers or developers don't get a dime of that money when the game is being resold. I mean, of course, it's not the consumer's fault, but they suffer. You know, the consumers suffer. And that's why DLC is so utilized by these developers. I mean, they got to get that money somehow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking DLC. I just know why it's there and how it benefits them, and that's the way it is, you know? Because as long as people are buying into the DLC, they're going to keep doing it. Because if you're not buying DLC, which will never happen, by the way, there's no way in the world DLC won't be bought by somebody. uh, they're gonna stop doing it then, but they're not. So because they have no reason to stop. They release these games unfinished. You know, I don't even know why they haven't. I don't know why there's even a deadline anymore at this point. It's it's a crazy. They release the game. They release half the game. They take some of the game away, sell as DLC. Not all the time, but they do it sometimes. And yeah, so that's what they do, man. But yeah, so they so they trying to prevent people from reselling video games. It says according to the policy, users must not resell either physical or digital copies of the game unless authorized by Sony or the game's publisher. I didn't know you could sell digital games. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. With the Sony console, I didn't know that. That's new to me. So it goes on to say, incidentally, many users prefer physical copies over digital ones because of the ability to resell them later. I didn't think that was the only reason, but moving on. Moreover, secondhand games have always been available at a discounted price. And this was one of the major reasons behind the success of PlayStation 5's disc version. Hence, even though the disc version costs more than a digital one, fans preferred the disc version just so they could save money on games later down the line. However, Sony's latest policy has taken this choice away from consumers. My thing is, how does Sony know if you resold your game? Let's see if I get that answer. Here's an X post. It says, breaking news. PlayStation just updated terms of service and you are no longer allowed to resell your physical media. This means that you no longer own your PlayStation physical media. You license it. I hate to bust your bubble, but you never own physical copies to begin with. How do I say that? Well, can you play your video games if your light bill is no? Can you play your video games if your lights are out? Nope. You have to pay that light bill. I'm just saying. You like these physical gamers. I like getting physical myself, if you know what I mean. These physical gamers love to talk about how digital gamers don't really own their games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a two-way street, Fucking hilarious. But anyways, this shit is fucked up. I think we can all agree on that. You know what I'm saying? Because as a physical and digital gamer myself, it's fucked up. I can say. So, yeah, this is crazy. 425 replies. Holy shit. I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna read them all though. If I do choose to click on that, I'm gonna read this article first. Okay, it says this new policy is a major anti-consumer move by the Japanese giants, as fans would no longer be owning their physical copies of games. They would be instead buying a license for the game to run on their consoles. Wait a minute, hold on. Is that a separate fee from the game itself? So what, you paying for the game, 60 or 70 fucking dollars, and then you have to buy the license to play it? How does that shit work? Anyways, by doing this, Sony also holds the right to lock a user out of their physical copy, regardless of his source, without any prior notice. These are dark times, man, for to be a gamer. I'm telling you, these are fucking dark times. And I got the feeling that this is only the tip of the iceberg. It's insane. This is really insane. Like I said, they've been wanting to make sure you didn't resell your physical copies for a long time now, for years now. They, like I said, they don't make shit from it if you resell it. All the money will go to you or GameStop, for example. Uh, yeah. Sony's sudden anti-consumer stance leaves PlayStation fans shocked beyond words. I'm I'm not really shocked about it. Like I said, they've been wanting to fucking find a way so you won't resell these games anyway. So, and they finally did. This new anti-consumer stance by Sony is a complete flip to what they initially stood for. The Japanese giants were known to be the biggest supporters of the secondhand gaming market. They even made an official video to show how easy it was to share and resell a physical copy of a PlayStation title. When it comes to PlayStation's physical games, the disc usually acts as the digital rights management DRM, and users cannot access the game without inserting the disc into their consoles. This way, the games are not attached to a single account like digital copies, which makes reselling the game discs possible. However, it seems like Sony's new policies might link the game's disc to a single account, preventing a resale of the game. Wow, so it's going to be like the digital games, locked to that account. Yeah, I can imagine people can get around this. There are going to be people getting around this shit. That's what it looks like. We do hackers do exist. I mean, holy shit. This is definitely breaking news. One person says the games I bought at GameStop, I sell at the flea market when I'm done playing it. They are my property. Yeah, it's fucked up. Even though I never resell my games, and once I beat them, that's it. I just put them to the side and play them like probably years down the road. I never fancy selling my games because they're a part of me. They're part of my experience, so I don't want to get rid of them. And plus, I regretted selling games in the past. There are games that I can't buy now because they're sky high in price that I end up trading back at GameStop. You know. Another person says, right. And how will they implement that? Oh, they're going to find a way. Shit, let me see. Am I through reading this article? Okay, I'm done reading this article. Okay, I'm going to go into X on my next video, and I'm going to read the comments in X. That's what I'm going to do for my next screen capture vlog. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, that's either A, on my channel now, or B, it will be. So stay tuned. I'm looking forward to reading these comments here. It's not my usual read and counter comments, but even though I do love that. Or detractor comments, if you will. So I'll be back with that. So this is pretty fucked up. What can I say? Power to the players? Nah. Gaming has no limits? Oh, it does. And we have no fucking power. With that being said, this is why Chromosome sign the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all. And be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.